Christina here for BikeBandit.com. In this video, we're looking at the Sidi street boot lineup. With me, I have Ryan from Moto Nation that's going to be helping us break these down. Ryan, where do you want to start?
Let's start from the far end, and we'll work our way down.
Tell us which boots we have, too,
Sure.
so everybody knows.
This is the Fusion, Cobra, Vertigo, ST, and then the behemoth of all street boots is the Vortice down here at the end. I laid them out from lowest price point to highest price point.
Okay.
And as you can see, as you invest more into your footwear, the more additional features you get. They're all really based off this middle boot here, and it's either you can take away to get a better price, or you add on features, and of course the cost goes up. Starting with the boot down in the end, this is the Fusion. It's a very basic entry-level sport boot. Maybe someone that's purchasing their bike for the first time, but wants to get, they want to step out of the Jordans and actually get a motorcycle boot. This is pretty much be the boot for them. It has a lot of protection on it for the investment. There's a replaceable toe slider, encapsulated heel cup protection there. There's internal ankle ball protection on the inside, and also your shin protection on the shin.
Cool.
It's made with it's called Tecro Micro. It's a synthetic leather. It's 1/1000th the thickness of silk, but it has a higher abrasion resistance. It has pretty much no break-in period at all, and you only clean it with water. There's no, if you were to put leather treatment on any of the boots, it would actually ruin the material.
Okay. So they're also very flexible too.
Yeah, very flexible, very breathable. It's just a magnificent material to construct footwear out of, and that's across the whole line of sport boots as well.
This one has a wider footbed too. Makes it really comfortable to wear.
Yeah, definitely.
So everyday use type of boot here.
Yeah, and that's, again, everyday use. Maybe someone that just getting into sport bikes uses it to commute to work. Maybe just rides every once in a while with friends on the weekend. Not really pushing it too hard. You're not worried about, putting your knee on the ground or anything like that. Has a cambrail lining. Also, the cambrail has a Teflon lining to it as well. Super comfortable on the inside.
All right. So now let's transition over to the Cobra.
Sure. And just looks-wise, aesthetically, you can tell there's differences in the boot. Stepping up to the Cobra, which is another, depending on the model, you get $50 to $65 more. You get actually an anti-shock heel cup, which is really cool. Like, you push in on it, you can see it move just a little bit. The real movement's made for a hard impact. And what it does is pretty much the name of it's anti-shock heel cup. It absorbs that hit to the ground and disperses it across the boot, not directly taken onto your heel right there. It does have the replaceable toe slider. Also has the DuPont polymer toe shift pad. Again, it's made with the Tecno Micro material. There's a little bit different rear protection here. Also goes in with the design of the boot as well. A lot of them keep the same features, but the designs are a little bit different.
Yeah. And these are waterproof too?
Those are not waterproof. No.
Oh, okay.
We do offer them in a Gore-Tex model that is waterproof.
Oh, okay.
But that's just the basic standard model right there.
Nice. And the inside is the same lining as the...
Yeah, same lining, cambrail lining.
Ooh.
With the Teflon. The Teflon is... anyone's familiar with Teflon with their frying pans or whatnot, just to make it so the material works with your skin and not against it, where if you don't have that in there, rub it, get blisters and whatnot.
Okay.
This is the Vertigo. And this is pretty much the base model that everything's built off of. It's been in the Sidi lineup for a really long time now. If anyone's familiar with Sidi sport boots, this is the model they're usually familiar with. As you can see, stepping up, again, it has the toe slider, anti-shock heel cup.
Both removable.
Both removable, replaceable. What this one adds to it is a few more replaceable parts. Your ankle ball protection's on the outside, which is replaceable. The shin plate actually on this boot is replaceable. And it also has this adjustable calf system here, which it's really simple to operate. You just push this knob to the side and pull it back.
Oh.
And you gain a little more room in the boot in case you want to tuck your leathers into it. Whereas this adds a little more features, and people will take this boot to the track and stuff like that, so you could be tucking your leathers into it. And all you do is just tighten the tensioners back up, and it's pretty much done.
And it locks in place.
Yeah, and it locks in place. I've never seen one of those break before. Usually the plastic will break in the event of an accident before those tensioners will, which is why it's there. It's to hold your whole foot into place.
You guys have never had any of those break?
Wow.
Wow.
To my knowledge, I've never seen any of them break, and I've seen quite a few of them.
Heavy duty, huh?
Yeah, and also stepping up, you notice these pieces are all on the outside. You can kind of see as they're growing, more pieces are on the outside than the inside. That's to create this exoskeleton of protection out here that's over the top of the material of the boot, the base of the boot. So if you go to wreck, you don't have to cut through all the material and ruin the boot to get to the protectors. With Sidi, if you happen to wreck and you scuff this up, you just take it off and put another one on. Whereas other boots, you would pretty much just wreck your whole boot.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. ST?
The ST. This is my favorite sport boot. Mainly because again, Sidi's being a very forward-thinking footwear company. They took these camlock buckles that are real famous off of the off-road boots. Also, if you're into the cycling, this piece is also on a lot of their cycling shoes. These things never come on. They never break open on you. You don't see guys pounding on them to shut them. Very easily adjustable. What this does here is when you unhook them and unzip the boot, you can see how wide. You can see how much this boot actually opens up. It's almost making it a custom fit boot, which is unheard of. Now that no one makes custom made footwear, but this is very close to it. You can get a very tight fit. Again, if you have race leathers you want to tuck into it, if you have any kind of protection for your leg that you add when you wear it, this will all fit with inside of it. And also, if you just have big calves or a bigger leg, it'll fit in.
You have this
yeah, there's a stretch
panel here.
Yeah, even a stretch panel across the back to help that. And if you look at that, I don't know if you can get this on camera. You can see the inside where there's different little points right here. Those are all to be able to simply just replace these pieces as well. They're all replaceable. Let me zip that back up. And also this, I think we've showed on some other boots before, that stretch panel is there. It's pretty much just a little, what it is a stretch panel. It seems very basic in design.
Yeah.
But a lot of their boots, when you zip them up, you have to zip them straight up against the side of your leg, and no one's legs sideways. You have your ankle come out.
Exactly.
And this allows it to zip over the top of it to give it a snug and a comfortable fit, not dragged directly on the side of it.
And push down on that ankle, it curves around over it.
Right, and it kind of just goes over the top of it.
Cool. All right, I want to talk about the King.
Yeah, the King. Put those over there. This is the Vortice, or Vortice, how it's spelled, but it's a Vortice. This boot, there's so much talking about it, it's almost insane. The amount of engineering that went into building a boot like this, I think it speaks volumes for Sidi as manufacturers and what they're really trying to do with footwear.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I mean, there's so many kind of things here. These are all tensioners that we saw on the other boots, which this whole idea came from a boot called the Vertigo Corsa, which is a very popular Sidi boot that came out in the early 2000s, won design and engineering awards. It was excellent boot.
Yeah.
They took the tensioners that were on that boot and kind of just went insane with them. You can see how many you have to undo here. And the whole point of these is, when you have all this protection, you have this exoskeleton, you have the toe slider, and you have this ankle protection, the heel cup, you don't want your foot flying around on the inside of it. You want it tight and you want it down, so in the event of an accident, all the protectors are in place. You won't see, everyone's probably seen the videos on YouTube of people's boots flying up in the air.
I've seen them.
Yeah. I think we used to have a poster of one in our office.
Yeah.
Those are never Sidis, especially not this model.
Okay.
Even when they were R&D testing this model, the guy actually got in an accident, and they took the boot and took to the foot doctor and was asking, obviously people break their legs, people get hurt riding. Is there anything we can do to maybe lessen that? And that's where these tensioners came into play in opening it up. This boot does take a little bit longer to get on. Again, this isn't not the boot you put on your foot right before you're running down to Starbucks or something like that.
Yeah.
This is really a track-based boot. Or if you're riding in the canyons, you're riding aggressively in the canyons, this would probably be the boot for you.
And then how do these exactly work? How would I tie that back down?
Yeah, well, it's just a little hook.
Okay.
Yeah, and usually you have to press on the, pull that red thing up. See it loosens
It
up.
unwinds, yeah. So hook that little bad boy there.
Yeah. And just turn that. Other way. Yeah. You see it just tighten, cranks down.
Yep.
It'll fall into there.
Okay. Lock it down.
And it locks in
there
it,
you
and
go.
those things won't come undone.
Nice.
As you can see, it's kind of a little difficult boot to show when it's not on your foot. But then you can just snap these back in.
So tell me a little bit about the sole on this boot.
Sure, yeah, the sole's actually a little different as well. And this also came from testing and feedback from Sidi riders and pro riders, or even comments on some online forums and stuff like that. A lot of people use like the Vortex rear sets and really eat through their boots because they really want that feeling. Well, there was no way around that. Like those things are going to dig into soles. So what Sidi did was take the piece that was being worn down the most and made it a replaceable insert.
Wow.
Super inexpensive to replace. And it's just, I believe, like 5 screws in your set. You can get this whole new sole, but usually people are just replacing this.
And you could even replace it on the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
We have people replace them in the pits, or if we're on the road visiting riders and stuff like that. I mean, they switch those in and out really, really fast. Another cool thing to add to this boot.
Yeah.
All the ST and the Vertigo both have this side air vent here. What the ST does is they actually have an air vent.
The front of the boot too. Wow.
Well. You can see that open and close. So that almost allows for like this doesn't become an air vent; it becomes an exhaust. We offer this in a perforated model, but the non-perforated is probably our best seller just because these do so. Well.
They just evolve the air vents there. Nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for your time.
Not a problem.
For any more information on any of the boots seen in this video, visit us online at bikebandit.com. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, click on the link in the description box and that'll take you straight to each one of these products pages. Thanks for watching. I'm Christina. We'll see you guys later.